Hello again. I'm the Canadian Dude, and this is COVID Corner 19, a show I put together to talk about, you guessed it, the coronavirus and how it's fucking up our world. This is Global Pandemic Day 13, and this wasn't the original plan, this show, but with what went on, I just scrambled and yesterday I managed to put the last piece of gear together to get this show going. As you might have seen, I put my first episode out a few days ago. I wanted to do one daily, but things didn't quite work out that way. Just getting the gear together was tough, and things just kept not working out, and I had to replace something else or get something else, and just finally got everything together, and here I am. So bear with me. It's not the perfect production quality. As you can see, I got another camera here, but it's not doesn't match up the best quality picture wise, but it's good enough for now. I'm gonna work with what I got and put this out there. Right now, quality isn't important. Just getting this out there and talking and keeping you and me entertained and occupied is kind of why I decided to do this and put it together. So yeah, I hope you like it. Again, sorry for the quality. I'm doing my best with what's going on. If you do like it, feel free to subscribe and hit the bell button so anytime I upload videos, I'm going to try to do it constantly now. So yeah, hitting that bell will let you know whenever I upload a video. And again, if you like it, feel free to hit the like button. Okay, here we go. Let's get into this. Basically, I'm going to just talk about things up here in Canada. So kind of what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing from friends and family and people I talk to. What I watch Trudeau and Trump every day, their press conferences, and I'm kind of diving into this and just trying to take in as much information as I can. It's a lot of information, so again, sorry if I'm all over the place or if I don't seem more organized. I'm trying to be, but with everything that's going on and I'm just trying to get this out there. So again, bear with me. Yeah, lots going on. Pandemic day 13, especially here in Canada. Trudeau's been pleading with Canadians. We're pretty lucky up here. We shut down pretty early, like the States did, but we don't have. It hasn't spread widely up here yet. I mean, it's spreading, but we haven't had a lot of deaths. I think we're at like 13 or 14 right now. But people still aren't quite getting it, especially out here in Vancouver. Here, let me just let me check this out. This is the other day. This is the 12th. This is on Sunday. So yeah, this is out in Vancouver, or sorry, this is White Rock. Just out heading out towards the Walmart. It's usually a lot busier, so it's not terrible, but still people out and about. Parking lot's full. People just handling shopping carts like nothing's going on. Across the street at the superstore, same thing. And then you got this. I mean, this is just like, what's going on here? Like, this guy is just doesn't make sense to me. This guy's got gloves on, which is good, but this other guy, he's got his keys in his hand, handing them to his wife. He's touching the shopping cart with no gloves on. The virus could be on the shopping cart, could be on the keys now, it could be given. Like, it's terrible. People just don't. Well, I guess these people kind of get it. At least they're trying, which is nice to see. Best Buy is attempting. They're not letting people in. I believe they're just doing pickup. You order online, you go pick it up. So yeah, Home Depot fairly full, of course. They're trying to practice social distancing at least and limiting the number of people that go in, which is nice to see because Walmart and superstore, the grocery stores just don't seem to care. This is heading over to the Safeway again. This is usually really busy. Like, this area is just jam-packed on a Sunday afternoon. Yeah, there's so many people there, but not today. Not, I guess, on Sunday. The movie theater, yeah, same thing. Nobody there. Safeway, lots of people in Safeway. At least people are staying away from the parks. A couple days ago, I saw a bunch of kids at a park, but now at least they're staying away a bit more. A few people out in the fields, which is not that many. Hopefully they're one family, so I guess, whatever. But the beach, that's where the real problem is. I mean, the weather's getting really nice out here, so people are just wanting to go out, which is understandable, but also you got to realize this isn't the time to go out because things are really serious. And the beach, like, look at this, just people everywhere. Not everywhere, sorry. I mean, it's Sunday, there should be people everywhere, but there's still way too many people and way too many cars. Like out there in the right on the sand, there's people out there. There's just, shops are staying open. They're trying to get, make as much money as they can before before they're forced to shut down. This store is throwing 50% off to try to get people in, which is not good because you want people to stay home. All these people on the pier, it's just like so many people. Again, not so many people, but so many people considering what the heck's going on right now. Just, yeah, White Rock. People just don't get it out here. I don't know. It's sad to see, but yeah, so Trudeau ended up putting his foot down. He came out today in his press conference and he was very stern with Canadians. He's like, if you don't go home, we're going to have to make you go home. And as you saw, people here in Vancouver just don't seem to get it. Even in Nova Scotia, I know they threw out they're throwing out $1,000 fine for people. Anybody that's not practicing social distancing, and any business that lets people gather, they are throwing out a $7,500 fine for them. And here in Vancouver, we're getting a little bit more extreme. It's like $1,000 fine for people as well, but $50,000 fine if you're a business and you let people gather, which is, wow, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, it's just not good here. So yeah, like I said, Trudeau came out and he basically was telling Canadians just to stay home. And he's his last little thing he said is, listening is your duty and staying home is your way to serve, which I found, pretty, cool, I guess. I don't know. It's his way to try to make us feel patriotic and staying home, which I guess he's trying. So I can't really complain about that. But yeah, it's just been a little rough here in Vancouver for trying to get people to stay home. It hasn't been, hasn't been working out too well. At least this is the beach the other day, or this is today. So this is Monday. They finally get it. They finally at least closed it down, the parking lot, so people can't gather. And, still a few people on the pier, not as many though, which is very good to see. The restaurant section isn't busy as it was either, which is nice to see. So, because people shouldn't, I know you want to eat out and stuff, but it's just like, there's so much risk right now. Just go home. Like, just stay home and deal with it at home. There's just, yeah, it's too scary right now. Like, it's way too scary right now. Yeah, so hopefully people start listening. Hopefully the threat of money, makes people listen. But so far, I haven't really seen it. I mean, again, they're starting to take measures. The provinces and stuff, like you saw, they shut down the parking lots, which is nice to see, but it's just not enough. People are still going out. They're just not quite getting it. So hopefully the fines, work. What else? Canada drops out of the Olympics. I know there's big talk about the Olympics, what's going on with that. Japan is doing a really good job with setting up for it, apparently. So it's, it's tough. These people train so hard and it's their life. And now all of a sudden it's so close, and, Canada just decided it's not worth it. So they're the first country to drop out. They're still not sure what they're going to do with the Olympics. They're still holding on hope, but I just can't see it. I just don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately, right now. So we'll see what happens with that. Canada announced a bunch of money going out. So $82 billion for small businesses to help them, try to stay afloat and pay their employees during all of this. We got $5 billion going out for the farmers, which is nice to see. You know, they've been underappreciated lately, but they're very important right now. And Canada's throwing 192 million at vaccine production, which is good because that's important to try once we figure out how to stop this. Come up with a vaccine. We need to be able to get it out there as fast as we can. So yeah, that's good to see. And yeah, there's still having a bit of a problem with poor Canadians stuck abroad. There is a lot of Canadians overseas that are trying to get home. It's yeah, I mean, I know Canada's doing what they can to get everybody home, but there's still people being stuck in places like Morocco and Peru, stuff like that. It's not good for them. They're frightened, they're worried, they're just trying to get home, and I know the government's trying to help. I know they're talking about money that there's up to $5,000 if any Canadian needs help getting home, or if they're gonna get stuck there and they need help staying there. I know Canada's talking about that for the longest time, about giving them money, $5,000 if anybody needs help, which was cool. And then recently I heard the little word slipped in of it wasn't a good word, but the word loan. So it's just like, originally I thought they were getting all this money to give to help people, to give it to them, right, which is what should be done. But now that I realize that they're just loaning this money to a lot of people, which is still nice because it's interest-free loans, I'm guessing, and all that stuff, but people are still gonna have to pay that back. Like, there's already enough debt and there's already enough problems, so it's just like giving people more. I don't know, it just seems weird. I don't know, this whole thing is crazy. And then you got the banks that they're being assholes still, from what I'm hearing. I know they're doing some good and they're deferring mortgage payments and stuff like that for up to 6 months for people, but I also hear that they're not doing it for everybody. Some people are calling in and trying to get it, and they're saying, no, you can't because you're too new. It's like you've only had a mortgage for 2 months, 3 months, or something like that. It's like, it shouldn't matter. If you can't pay it and you're lower to middle class income, you shouldn't have to. Like, it should just be a no-brainer. Okay, yes, you're approved, here you go. Like, see you in 6 months kind of thing, right? Or whenever this is over. But banks, of course, they're greediest people on the planet, next to oil companies, or along with oil companies. They go hand in hand. But yeah, banks, they're doing a bit, but just not enough. I don't know. I just think they need to do more. It's not very good, in my opinion. But yeah, Canada, we're right now, this is our case count. There's British Columbia is right behind Ontario, is leading the way. I know Quebec's climbing pretty fast. Yeah, it's just been terrible. This thing is just spreading so fast, and we're just not respecting it, which is terrible, and too. So I mean, we're starting to get it, I guess. This is I was at the mall today, and at least the mall's empty. And this is the mall in White Rock, so this is usually packed with older people. So it's a very good thing that this mall is empty, because if it was, full, it would definitely get that thing spreading through White Rock extremely fast, which we definitely don't want, because there's a lot of old people here in White Rock. So that's definitely scary if it starts spreading through here. The newest case in Canada is a man in his 50s in Winnipeg. It's travel related. So, yeah, most of them, I guess, are travel related. But yeah, it's not pretty in the stores either. Just like everywhere, the people are panicking and just doing crazy things. Buying up all the food. This is the dollar store, which didn't get hit. That's where I kind of went to get all my groceries when when this all first went down like a week and a half ago or 2 weeks ago, and we are starting to get groceries, and the grocery stores were all kind of selling out. I went to the dollar store because I just figured it might be a little less busy, and sure enough, but now it's starting to get hit. You can see there's still stuff there, but for the most part, yeah, unless it's candy. If you want candy, head to the dollar store. There's tons of it. Practicing social distancing. There's me practicing my social distancing, trying to do my part, do what I can as well. But yeah, it's so hard to just see. Like like when I was in the dollar store, that's another thing. Just seeing the old people walking around in there with no gloves on was heartbreaking. Like I saw at least 6, 8 older people just walking around, holding shopping carts, touching stuff, and it was, like it just broke my heart. Yeah, and the reason why I was in there is I was looking to buy gloves, and then of course there's no gloves, none of those quick disposable ones. And then I thought, hey, what about doggy bags? They go on your hand. They're perfect. So I went to the doggy bag section. Sure enough, full doggy bags, all tons of them there. So I grabbed a couple of those. They're 60 in a box or $1.25, and they go on your hands really easily. Just give me a second here. Yeah, as you can see, you just pop it on your hands, super easy. You can, good for gas stations. You can just pump gas, like grab the gas easily enough. You can switch hands easily if you need to. It's quickly to just throw it away. You don't need to get infected. They're biodegradable. If you don't want to throw them away, you can just put them in another bag, and in 2-3 weeks you can reuse them because the virus won't survive on it for a longer period of time. Maybe wait a month just to be sure, because I know they're still figuring out how long it survives on stuff. They have estimates out there of like 3 to 5 days and stuff like that for most things, metals and plastics, but there's also other rumors like that cruise ship that it's lasted on there for 17 days. I don't know. There's just so much they're trying to learn right now. But anyways, yeah, doggy bags, my COVID tip of the day. They're great. They're cheap. Nobody's using them, and again, they're perfect. At least I think. I was telling the older people in the dollar store, go buy doggy bags. I was giving some of them. Like I told the manager, you should be handing these out to the older people. Like look at them. It's terrible. Just they're so vulnerable, and then they're just walking around with no gloves on and just touching stuff. This virus could be anywhere. We have no idea where it is because it's spread like just people walking around. Like I was in the dollar store, and just walking around the corner. This other woman was walking around the corner where I was trying to stay back to separate, and then this other woman came walking around the corner, and she was facing the stuff, but she coughed. No, no mouth, like hands on her, anything. She just the woman walking past was just like, Jesus, like same with me. I was like, what are you doing? Like people just don't get it still. So they're making people sick, and they just don't realize it. And I don't know. It's really sad to see. I don't like it, but we're kind of stuck with what's going on right now. Even the poor movie theaters are taking a hit right now. Like I said, they anywhere you go on the internet has these things up, COVID-19 response things. Like got this email from the movie theater a while back. They're all shutting down, which is understandable. And then you got Onward, which was just in the theaters. I think like a couple days in the theaters when this was all going down. So obviously it didn't make any money, and it's went already. Yeah, you can watch it at home, so you can buy it already. And I think it's going to Disney Plus in probably a couple weeks, month. I don't know what they're going to decide on that, but soon enough. And then like look at all these movies that were on the schedule. Like all these movies now are delayed. Like Tenet was a big, people were waiting for Tenet. That was a bigly anticipated movie. And Jungle Cruise, like, The Rock. Everybody loves The Rock now, Ghostbusters and Wonder Woman. And it's just like Soul, there was talk that was gonna be a really good movie, probably make good money, but now it's just like all these movies, they got to figure out what they're gonna do with them now. It's some of them are being postponed, but it's just like I don't know. We don't really know when this is gonna be over, and it's just it's scary. So yeah, what else is going? What else went on today? Guess that's pretty much it for Canada news. Um, like I said, Vancouverites, get the fuck home. Like, this is ridiculous. This is serious. I know a lot of you, can get sick and you won't die, but it's not. That's not the point. The point is, who are you gonna get sick and who are you gonna kill? And the worst part is, you don't even know you did it. Like, how many people in this world right now got somebody sick and that person has died, and maybe even multiple, and they don't even know? Like, I mean, it may be a good thing, but I don't know. It's not. I don't know. It's fucked up, man, and it's so sad what's going on right now, and I don't know. It's scary. Every day is just a roller coaster ride for me. I'm up, down, up, down. It's just my emotions, and I'm positive and then I'm negative, and I hear this story and I read this story, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, this is gonna work out, we'll be through this. And then I see this story and that story, and it's like, oh my god, this is gonna be like end of days, man. We're in trouble. And it just like it's like constantly changing. It's just like everything right now, the news, everything. It's just constant updates, constant bombardment. That's why I'm not organized, because there's just so much information coming in. There's just so much to take in. I just don't have the time to do it all, because I'm also like I said, which I feel is very important. Just you gotta take part of the day to laugh and to relax, especially if you're somebody like me who's diving into this and just really watching everything as I can, and just trying to put the show together to get information out there and help people if I can, or just keep people entertained or occupied or whatever. But it's not easy. I don't know. It's just, I don't know, man. I'm just struggling with it all. I mean, I'm lucky up here in Canada so far, but it's coming, especially with the way we're acting. Like, it's coming. I don't know. My fingers are crossed, but it's scary. The world is definitely changing. So, hey, let's move on to the States. Like I said, I watch Trump and their press conferences and what's going on down there, because they're our neighbors up here. I can walk out my back and I can see the border. So, yeah, but what's going on down there is sad. It's heartbreaking. Like, I've been watching, I've been following Trump, and I don't follow politics at all. I don't know much about Trump. I mean, I know, the gist of it, but political, I don't really follow anything. I don't really, know what's going on. And started watching, with what's happening here, and started watching the press conferences, like I've been saying, and both Trudeau and Trump are, impressed me so far. They're like, oh, they're trying. They're doing pretty good. They're trying to get money out there. They're trying to help the people. They're trying to keep the economy going. They're doing what they can to hold on and to try to keep things from getting out of control. And there's so much being thrown at them. Like, there's so much. It must be so overwhelming. Like, it's so monumental. It's so unprecedented. It's craziness. And like I said, I see Trump, and he seems to be doing a good job from what I see so far, I guess. But the Senate doesn't seem to be agreeing. Like, I watched the Senate meeting. They're supposed to be passing this bill or voting on this bill this relief fund that Trump's trying to get out there. And they're just belly aching about it. I guess the Democrats, throughout this whole thing, like Trump's been saying that the Democrats and the Republicans have been getting along for the most part. They've been talking, they've been working things out, and they haven't been arguing, hating each other. Some of them even been learning about each other, and it's been good for the most part. And they've all been saying that, they've all been surprised. And then 12th hour, the fucking Democrats decide to fuck things up and throw in bullshit. They're trying to get stuff passed to they're trying to get stuff passed for like windmills and not windmills, sorry, like wind turbines and solar panels, like tax breaks and stuff like that. And it's just like, what are you doing? Like, the country is in chaos. People are literally dying, and you're trying to get stuff that has no relation to what's happening. So yeah, the Congress, they're just, you have all these senators, and now people are literally dying as they're standing there. Now you got senator after senator standing up and being like, you guys should be just great, ashamed of yourselves. And they're giving their reasons why they feel that, this is wrong, and why you guys shouldn't be doing this, and why we need help now. And it's like all good and all, but you have senator after senator, like hour after hour, just going by, and these guys getting up saying the same thing, the same pitch. And it's just like, people are dying. Like, why are we doing this? Why are we fighting in the schoolyard like children when people are fucking dying? Like, look at this. Where is it? Give me a second here. Boom, look at this. Like, 20,000 cases, 157 deaths. New Jersey, like, almost 2,000. Like, it's crazy. California's getting hit hard. Washington's getting hit hard. Like, it's absolutely crazy what's going on. And these people are arguing. And the worst thing is nobody's putting a stop to it. They're just, I know everybody's preoccupied, but it's like, shouldn't Trump, he's a president, and I know they got to vote on it, but shouldn't he just come in there and be like, okay, what the fuck is going on? Like, you guys are arguing like children where people are fucking dying. Get this done right now. Like, we can't, this is ridiculous. Like, you guys should be fucking ashamed of yourselves, man. Like, it just makes me sick to my fucking stomach, like, how these assholes are acting and trying to get their own fucking agenda in while people are dying. I hope when this is all over and we recover from this, that we look back on this as humans, and, other nations look back and question it and be like, hey man, what was the deal with that? Your people were dying, and you're trying to get a bill passed to get money out to them, and you guys are wasting like days. Like, they wasted a whole day. How many people died while they were, like, fighting over ridiculous bullshit? Like, there's a lot that has to be worked out, absolutely, but they were working it out, because it has to be worked out. Like, it has to. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This shit is a necessity. People are fucking dying. People are worried. People have no money. People are losing their jobs. People have bills coming in. The bill people aren't fucking relenting. They don't care. They just want to make as much money as they can, and they're going to give you little breaks and make you feel like you're fucking special because, oh, we'll waive interest. We'll waive this. We'll give you, yeah, well, that's all good and all, but how about you just do fucking more, man? Like, I don't know. It's so sad, and I just, it just frustrates the hell out of me. These people need to, I don't know, man. They need to be put in prison, in my opinion. Like, it's fucking terrible, man. I feel so sorry for the Americans. And then you got those stupid fucking spring breakers that are out in Florida. I mean, oh my God, that's a whole thing. And now they're starting to get sick, of course. Shock. There's been five of them already that have sprung up with sickness, and of course they probably spread it to where they went, back to their schools and back to their communities, because they're stupid, ignorant little fuckers, and they don't give a shit, and they don't respect what's going on, just like a lot of people. But yeah, and a lot of people taking advantage too right now, like the whole toilet paper thing, the sanitizer wipes, the sanitizer, people buying it up and fucking reselling it for hundreds of dollars, and it's crazy. Thankfully, the governments are starting to crack down. The U.S. is starting to crack down hard on any hoarding or price gouging, which is good, because it's got to stop. It's just got to stop. especially out there in New York, because they're getting hit hard. Like they're getting hit very hard, the hardest right now, and they're not getting the help they need. Their governor, what is it, Cuomo, I think, or Cuomo or something like that. He's been pleading daily while the fucking Congress are fighting like little children. And Trump's all like, yes, we're getting stuff done. We know you need help, and people are fucking dying, and he's doing anything he can to try to keep people in New York alive and keep them safe. And he's just, it's quite sad, like, to see. Like, it's really, yeah, it's I don't know, man. It's so inhumane what's going on right now. Like, I don't know. It's just so inhumane. They're just trying to hold on to the old ways, and they're just, I don't know. Trump's trying to get the economy back and running, and that's all he can think about. He constantly says it, like, our economy was the best it's ever been, and we can survive this, and we can, like, we can get it back and running for quick, and just like, stop. Like, I understand, but it's just like, this is not something you handle quick, man. If you handle it quick and you don't fucking respect it, it's gonna rip you apart, man. And we're gonna get a second wave, and then just look at 28 days later and 28 weeks later, man. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, this shit doesn't stop. That's all it takes. Is like, there's so many people in this world that aren't going to listen. Like, you already have it up here. They're throwing out fines because people just aren't respecting. They just don't fucking care. You hear about people getting sick and getting on flights and knowing they're sick and coming back and infecting people. And it's crazy. Like, I heard some woman in Quebec was supposed to be quarantined. She had it and she was out, and I guess they arrested her or something like that. It's like, there's a lot of assholes in this world that don't care, and that's going to be the problem. Because even if we get a vaccine and we start vaccinating people, what about those people that don't want it, that don't believe in it? What are they going to do? They're not going to take it, but they're still going to get sick, because this ain't going away. Like, this is probably going to be like the flu. It's going to be around forever, just like the flu is, but we'll be able to beat it if, just like the flu. I mean, people will die every year, but still, most people, when they get it, they'll be able to beat it, because especially the older people too, because we'll have the vaccine. It'll still take a lot of lives, but it won't be like, like it is now. We'll have control of it. Like I said, it'll just be like the flu. But it's just like, people aren't getting that, and they're just governments are just trying to hold on to the economy, and it's hurting people, man. People are literally dying, and it's really scared. Yeah, the U.S. is working on new tests. That's one thing that's really being worked on, is testing. And I know they got a new testing kit coming, new self-swab test. That's a lot easier, because I hear the procedure right now is very invasive. They really get up the fucking nose. But this new one's gonna be super simple. And you can just dab it right on the front and just boom, and they even get the results back in like hours, I think. Where now sometimes it takes days, and like and everything's being pumped up for that. Obviously, it's just like so much being worked on to try to improve it, and they are improving it. Like, there's so many people being tested daily now, and it's just like, excuse me. That's why the numbers keep going up. There's just so many people being tested, and yeah, it's craziness. Oh, and then here we go. Britney Spears, which is a nice thing. Don't get me wrong. She came out and she said, people message her. She's gonna pick three messages, and whatever they ask for, kind of groceries, diapers, whatever, necessities to help out right now, she will buy for them and send to them, which is cool. And then she's like, and I want to pass this on. So now she said a couple people, I know she said Will Smith and a few other people, I think 3 people she picked. She's like, now I want them to do the same thing. And it's like, well, that's cool, but you guys are fucking rich. You make your money off of us loving you and going to see you and giving you our hard-earned money because we appreciate what you're doing. And you guys, a lot of you have a lot of it. And while this is nice, how about you do fucking more of it? Instead, like, yes, helping people is good, but some of you guys should be like, we need ventilators, like, well, not we, but the hospitals need ventilators. Like, there's so much medical supplies that are needed right now, and you guys have money. Start fucking buying some of this shit for these people, man. For the hospitals, and start getting some fucking medical supplies. Start giving some of your money to these companies that are trying to convert over to fucking help out, man. Like, get off your goddamn fucking asses instead of just sitting in your house and, you know, doing little things, which are nice. Don't get me wrong, but like, fuck, man, do more. You guys have the money. And when we come out of this, you guys will get more money because we're going to need, as a society, we're going to need happiness. We're going to need joy again. Just like after 9/11, why do you think hockey and sports all took off so well? Because people needed happy times. People needed to get away from it. They went out, they fucking, did what they did. We're going to need that again. We're going to need you actors. We're going to need you, television stars, or you music people. We're going to need you to pump your shit out there so that we can flock to it, so that we can put this in the fucking past and forget about it. So you will get your money back. You can fucking guarantee that. So get the fuck out. Give your goddamn money away. All you rich people too. I know that some of them are doing good jobs and some of them are giving money, but it's not enough. You guys have a fucking shit ton of it. Plus, you also got to realize what the fuck you're gonna do with your money if society falls apart, which is looking like it might happen. If we're not around and half the population or whatever, it's not gonna be that bad, but society is changing. Like, what happens if it changes in a way where you guys can't be movie stars anymore? You guys can't be singers. You can't do it. You can't make fucking millions off it anymore like you're doing. I mean, you probably will, but you'll still be able to survive. But even if you can't, like, what are you going to fucking do with all your money? It's going to be useless. So it's a time of need. It's like the fucking world is in need, man. This is a time to do something. Step up, people. Like, fuck. Oh, man, sorry. It just pisses me off that all these people with money just, like I know it's a hard-earned money and stuff, but still, man, get the fuck out there, man. People need it. It just, like, people that gave it to you need your help now. Like, we went to your movies, we bought your CDs, you know what I mean? We go to your concerts at fucking $200 a goddamn pop. You know what I mean? Like, just get out there, do some shit, please. Anyways. So yeah, I guess the final thing here is, I guess the U.S. is collecting a lot of data, which is good, from Italy and China, because they're, they got a lot of data coming out about this virus, so they're sending it all to the States. And so far, there's been one child in China under 15 that's died. Pretty much everybody under 15 is fine. From the studies they've got information so far, 16, around 16 to 50-year-olds, people that age, less than 1% mortality. It's the 50 plus where, majority of and I think even closer to 60 plus. Like, if you're 50, 55, it's pretty much the older people and the unhealthy that are being mostly affected by this. So again, stay home, people. You may not die, and you'll get over it. But what about the person that can't get over it? Can you guarantee that you are doing everything in your power to not put germs out there? You just can't. Like, you probably do it yourself. You're out there and you're thinking about it and you're doing things. Like, the other day I was at the dollar store. I bought gloves. I put them on. Everything I touched was good, and I'm just up with the cash, everything. I got the gloves on. I'm like, okay, cool, And then pay for everything, and then whip out my wallet and realize, fuck, I just touched my wallet with my gloves on. It's just little things like that. Like, you got to be so aware. Did I touch my body when I had the gloves on at all? Did I swipe my hand across my pants? Any little thing like that. There's so much to think about, because everything we do right now could be passing this virus or could be picking it up. So, like I said, I touched my wallet and I'm like, okay, well, that just, it's fucked, man. How much information there is to take in, and how much, just like the whole hand washing thing, which is good and all, but they're not telling you really how to do it. Like, okay, I go out and I get the virus on my hands, and I come home. First of all, I've just touched most stuff, door handle, all that stuff, right? I mean, I guess I should just wipe everything down, but that's the other thing. Then you got to go back, you got to wipe. Anyways, so say I go out, I get the virus on my hand, I come home, it's like, okay, get home first thing, go right to the sink. What do? I turn on the sink, right? And then wash my hands. 20 seconds, 30 seconds, whatever, do a great job. Okay, perfect. My hands are clean, virus is gone. Turn off the water. Oops, just got the virus again because when I turned on the fucking water, the virus was on my hands, and now it's on the tap. Unless you're smart enough, again, it's just little things. While you're washing hands, you remember to wash the tap, right? Little things like that. They don't say that. They're like, wash your hands. The president and prime minister, wash your hands, everybody, wash your hands. But you know what? Tell us how to wash our hands. Just telling us to wash our hands is not enough. You got to tell people how to do it. You got to walk people fucking through this if you want people to know how to get through it and to really prevent it. Because it's just like I said, what happens if that person does that? Or, even if they do wash it, did they remember, okay, I touched my door handle when I came in, so now I got to wash that. I mean, I got to wash my keys. I got to clean, I think everything you fucking do, everything you touch, everything. This virus is just crazy the way it's sticking around. And we gotta be careful. Like, oh man, it's scary. So, stay safe, people. Like, just be smart. I know it's hard, and like I said, it's just, there's so much information, and there's just so much to think about, and it's rough, but we can get through it. There's a lot of good going on already. Like, a lot of companies are stepping up, and the changing over. Auto parts companies changing over to making products, medical products, and to the alcohol people, companies switching from alcohol to making hand sanitizer. So there's a lot of good going on, a lot of people stepping up, a lot of good going on, but still we're too naive. So we got to wake up and just, realize this virus is trying to teach us something. So pay attention and let's learn what it's teaching us, because it's definitely trying to teach us a lot. So yeah, that's it for Global Pandemic Day 13. Hope this information helped, or at least occupied a little bit of your day. We're all at home, or most of us are at home. Guess not all of us yet, but most of us are home looking for stuff to do. So days are long when you're not working and stuff. So hopefully, kept you a little bit entertained. If I did, feel free to hit the subscribe button, click that little bell, so when I upload, I'm going to try to upload more. I'm going to try to do other little things. So I have a couple other ideas so I can get some videos out there. And, yeah, excited if you like it, hit the like button, and stay safe, people. Okay? Talk to you soon. Talk to you tomorrow.